Hello everyone, welcome to this new tarot reading. This time it's about Jimin and B of BTS, about their friendship. So let's see vmin's actual status in the relationship and possible energies to come in a near future. So I'm going to do, I already pre-shuffled this, but I'm doing it anyways. I'm going to do like a bonding and an emotional bonding tarot spread that you do when you have two people involved and that we want to know about their bonding with each other. So I'm going to do this. This part, it's Jimin's part. And this is Tae's part. So I'm going to start with Jimin's side, that is this side. For Jimin, the cards that came out are the Two of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Strength card. So that means that he is going through some mental processes. I mean that he is thinking a lot about past past wounds, about some disappointments, something that hurt him about the past, about his emotional well-being. Is I have the feeling that he is that kind of person that for him it's not easy to let go sometimes of things that happened in the past. So he is like trying to gain emotional balance and trying to gain some kind of peace. But there's something in his mind about this relationship. I don't think it's only about Taeyong. I think it's about his relationships in a general matter, because he's thinking a lot about all the times he felt hurt, he felt offended, or he felt betrayed betrayed is a word that I usually feel a lot about when I do Jimin's readings. It's like, for him it's like a very intense and serious experience when it comes to giving and taking. When you are in a relationship with him, it's like he goes from 0 to 100. So if he is upset with you, he will feel or recognize that feeling as a betrayal. And maybe that's not the case necessarily, but he feels that way, so we have to take it that way. He obviously, when he gets offended, he gets really offended, and it's something that sticks in his mind even though time passes and maybe he makes up. It's like he still holds on to past wounds, and some things, some maybe disagreements that happened in the past. Is that he has them all in his mind. He's like he has them all stored in there just in case he needs to go back and grab them. And but now he's trying to overcome that feeling of betrayal. I mean, that feeling of maybe taking things too um, like too seriously, in the sense that he feels a lot, and it's like he overthinks things. It's like he's always questioning himself, like in a personal way. He's always like, why did this person say this to me? Why did they do this? Why did they do? And it's like a constant battle in his mind that he cannot let go. It's like he gets offended easily, and actually, it's not more like actions. It's more like words that I said to him. Like maybe you said something in a tone that maybe he found like you were like attacking him, or maybe that you were like not being fair with him. It's like he likes compliments. He likes to hear nice things, because he also sometimes says nice things. He likes to flatter people. He likes to make people feel good through words. So maybe in the past they had said things to each other, or maybe they said something to him that it really hurt him, and it made him like um, having to take a time to reflect and to think if he really wanted to continue the friendship, because there were some things said and done that he felt that they were not easy to let go, not easy to forget. This is his point of view. Obviously, it's not what happened, it's just the way he processes the interactions between each other. And he's someone that he is like takes like words really seriously, and he's like, once you said something to him, you have to take a lot of effort and trying to convince him otherwise, trying to convince him that you didn't say what you said, or maybe that trying to explain yourself about why you said what you said, if you want him to understand you, or if you want him, because since there are a lot of swords, he's also very like sharp and cutting with his words. He's that kind of person that he may look like he's like cute and lovely, but in the inside, when it comes to defending himself, or maybe when he's in an interaction where he feels threatened, actually he's like really like sharp with his words, and he can be a little bit aggressive too. Maybe not in the sense of um, because he uses his communication for to make you to let you know when whether he's upset with you or whether he's happy with you. So in this sense, he's really communicative. He's a Libra, so he uses his words when he wants to let you know something, or sometimes he goes into silence mode, because it's like he removes all his words, he stops the communication, so you would know, so you can tell that he is upset about something. But actually, all these things that happened in the past, it gives him a strength in some aspect with his relationship. With I think he realized that um, this relationship is really important for him, and that it's also this kind of relationship where it's like he's been tested about how how loyal of a friend he is, because he has a perception about how relationships and friendships should be. It's like he probably thinks that if you are a good friend of him, you have to be like 24/7 with him and always with him. And it's like when you're not, it's like he starts to question if you're really his friend. So he is starting to gain his strength when it comes to maybe starting to have like a new point of view about relationships, because he always ends up getting hurt or feeling hurt. It's like he feels disappointed, because it's like he's expects something from the other part that doesn't come. So he eventually becomes really disappointed, becomes really moody, becomes really like on a defensive mode, because he's always like, and sometimes it's like um, he mix things, like maybe you didn't say anything to him, but someone else said it, and since he is upset, he is upset with you too. It's like because you are near him, it's like you get affected by the drama. It's something that he needs to control. The strengths, if you can see, there's this woman with this wolf. In a more traditional tarot, is a woman with a lion, and this talks about being able to hold and to control your inner inner power, in almost your inner strength, in the sense of your maybe your inner aggression and your inner like raw personality, like animal instincts, like your instincts, because he's trying to overcome this feeling by trying to like calm down a bit about all these emotions that he feels, all these, I wouldn't say anger issues, but it's like he he sometimes, it's like he finds himself reacting like really harshly, and he finds himself reacting in a petty, like aggressive way, and even for him it's surprising. So a strength card is about being able to control our inner desires and maybe our inner reactions and our instinctive, it's like the animal inside of us, like that reactive side of us. It's like he is trying to learn how to manage this part of himself, so he doesn't go from 0 to 100, so he can communicate. In taste part, we have the Three of Swords, the World, and the King of Cups, which is like a nicer perception of Jimin. I mean, there obviously was something going on between them, because he also has the Three of Swords that talk about also about uh, wounds, talk about disappointments, talk about hurting, talk about feeling hurt, feeling sad, feeling maybe even betrayed. Also, the feeling this of betrayed, but it's like he really felt like, because you know that the swords elements, they indicate they're intellectual, but they also are very sharp elements. So you obviously, if you have swords in a side, it's like you obviously have to take into consideration that these here are like very hurt people, because you know that the swords tend to go deep and they are very sharp. So this talk about wounds, about something that happened, something that has been said. You can see this person, she's here contemplating all the past wounds, all the disappointments, all the hurt. You can see that she has roses, but at the same time, you see she's holding the beautiful roses, but the roses are hurting her. See? And she's like, there's blood coming off her. So it means sometimes beautiful things can be really hurtful. That sometimes you cherish beautiful things and that they end up hurting you. But for him, it's like a close matter, because this card is the World card. So the World card talks about completion. It's like ending of a cycle. It's like being able to move on from that situation, being able to maybe like saying, okay, we learned, we've been through this, we recovered, and we want to start again. And he's starting again with the King of Cups. So remember, I always say that when you are talking about the King of Wands, it's always an energy that talks about the ability of receiving and giving love because this person is holding a cup. The cup is open, the cup is available, and the cup generally, because it's cups, here we have water inside of it, and water is a representative of emotions. So he's definitely emotionally open and willing to continue his relationship with Jimin. It's like, and when you have like a king figure, it's like he has grown also in the emotional side of himself. Even though he's really young and we could see a page here or maybe a knight, but we have a king here. So it means that he has finally matured in his emotional expressions. He's learning through this relationship, through this friendship, through this bonding. He's learning to express his emotional side. And I think despite the differences that they may have had, he has learned a lot from Jimin. That's why he's willing to open his cup, to share his emotions with him. It's like, actually, Tay is very like this. He sometimes also gets offended by things, or maybe sometimes he reacts to things that maybe they are not 100% that serious, but maybe for him it is. So we have to respect that this is each other's points of view about what happens. It's not necessarily that it's the entire truth or the final truth, or which one is right and which one is wrong. It's their perception. So when we are in a relationship with someone, there's always two sides. There's always two people involved. There are feelings involved, and of course there are also different like different sides of the story, of the same story, or of the same situation that happened. Maybe one of them will tell you, no, this happened, and the other person is going to tell you, no, I don't remember, that's the way it went down. So it depends of their perceptions. And actually this relationship, it's really karmatic. It comes from other lives. So I think they are learning from each other. They are definitely learning from each other. We have the next that this part is the part about their bonding, and we have that in the future they will be able to heal themselves when it comes to this relationship, when it comes to this friendship, because the temperance, it's all about finding healing, finding to be able to heal ourselves, to be able to transform our reality and transform our past hurts and our past differences, and to be able to combine them and to be able to give it like a bigger purpose. I think they are learning a lot about themselves. I think this friendship has taught them a lot about their emotional side. I think it's really good because in this way it's like, for example, in Jimin's part, he's learning that it's not a coincidence that he feels this way. It's not only with Taeyong that he feels this way, it's with his whole relationships. So he's probably experimenting all these feelings in regards to other intimate relationships he has. So he's starting to evaluate why this happens to me. Because he's a really intelligent man. He's really wise. He always knows how to ask himself the right questions. He's someone that reflects a lot, but sometimes it's like, yes, he reflects in his mind, but maybe in his interaction, in like face to face, maybe he acts like detached. He acts like he doesn't care, or maybe he's still in that defensive mode. But in his mind, it's like when he is by himself, he goes and he wants to reflect on what's going on, why things turn out this way. And for Tay, it's like more, he's like more forgiving in that sense, and he's also someone that also doesn't have a lot of knowledge about who he is in an emotional side. he knows he cares a lot about his loved ones. He knows he feels, but he also sometimes knows that he has a lot to learn when it comes to expressing emotions. It's like for him it's not easy because in his birth charts he has a lot of earth and a lot of fire energies. He doesn't have like, neither of them have like a lot of water emotional. Actually, Jimin has a lot of Scorpio, but Scorpio is a mix of fire and water, so I wouldn't say he's emotional reactive, but he's not emotional like sensitive. It's like he has all these emotions, strong emotions, but sometimes it can go into intensity and lead to other things. But in the case of Tay, it's like he's learning to engage himself more because it's like he used to have like he has a lot of friends because the world also talks about the world, about a lot of possibilities, about a bigger picture. So he definitely is someone that is very friendly, is very open, um, but he's learning to be more giving, like to be a giver in relationships, because maybe in the past he wasn't available emotionally. He it's like he didn't understand the meaning of friendship even though he wanted to, and now he does because of all this that happens. um, so we have the next is the hermit. It's about taking a time off and taking a time to be by yourself. And then we have the two of wands. The two of wands, it's all about union. It's all about um, um, like joining forces together to build something, um, for them. Maybe they want to like work on the relationship by starting something together, by starting a new project. Um, but at the same time, they also need to heal. In order to heal, they also need some time on their own. It's like they are both dealing with a lot of stuff. Um, so sometimes they do tend to um, like go inwards. Like I think they are very in a introspective and reflective way, in reflective mode. I think they are like this because and they need this time out. They need this to heal, in order to heal, and eventually they will like um, come out again and start like sharing again and start like inspiring each other again and start like um, motivating each other again, because you see these two fairies, they are really happy with each other. It's like one is admiring at the other and is starting to develop her own inner joy, inner fire. So they definitely are a good match. But like we all do in our relationships, they do have struggles. Remember that them are we don't know the circumstances of their life, so sometimes emotions are um, are like um, difficult for some to express. It's not the same to say, "Oh, we think this way," and to say, "This is what really happened," or "This is what really bothers me." Um, there is a sense of openness. There's a sense of learning because it's like they have been through this before, so they're definitely mastering this bond. They are definitely um, being able to change themselves through through this friendship. I think this friendship is actually the most intimate, the most raw, and also the deepest bond that they have in their lives. Um, it's like they know each other really well. But just because they know each other really well, they also know how to press each other's buttons. So that's why they're always like interacting and maybe arguing and then like reconciling. And it's like a circle always. But it's because they care for each other. So obviously, when with our loved ones, we always have arguments, and we always have like different points of view about what's going on. So thank you guys for this reading. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please give it a like and subscribe. I'll see you in the next video. Thank you.